All right, people, like we said, like we've been saying for the last 10 years on this channel, runaway housing prices is actually being built off of what? Artificially low interest rate, foreign investing, money laundering, shadow banking. We've been covering it here on the channel. You guys know it for the last 10 years. So what is happening? Let's spare a thought for those living in Toronto or the greater Toronto area. Let's take a look at what is happening. So here it is, guys. I want to compliment this video that we made. Let's go here real quick. 3 weeks ago, that Toronto GTA housing crashing. Greater Toronto real estate prices fell 22,000 in just a few days. A lot of people say that was going to be a bounce back. Now let's fast forward 3 weeks later, and Better Dwelling, lo and behold, is covering it like they always do. They're always on the money, Better Dwelling. If you want to get real estate information, go here. Greater Toronto new home prices fell over 50 large last month as sales cool. So Greater Toronto's not, GTA is not Grand Theft Auto for people watching in the States. This is the Greater Toronto area. Greater Toronto new home prices are finally starting to cool. Data from the Altus Group BILD GTA. So there it is. Greater Toronto home prices fell over 50 large in a month. So this is the start. What's happening? Interest rates are going to go up. I was on a real estate show not long ago where I was telling people interest rates need to go up to curb against inflation. This was a couple of months back. And a lot of people were saying that I have an IQ of a jar of toenails, clipped toenails. That's my IQ level. And that's what I was told. So here it is here, folks, for you guys to see. Is interest rates going up is going to push the locals out of the market that are over leveraged and took on too much debt from the beginning. That's who's getting hit the hardest. The foreign investors, they just want to launder their money and get it out of mainland China, because mainland China is turning into 1984 George Orwell meets Soylent Green ×2. Because that's what's happening right now in China, and people want to get their capital out of China. If I was in China, and I'll be honest with you guys, I would want to get my capital out of there too. I would want to maybe relocate somewhere else where I'm not treated like I'm, what they're doing to people in China. So anyways, you could watch that on Mike in the Night. We can't talk about that on here on YouTube. Anyways, so here it is. Greater Toronto new home prices fell over 50 large in a month. Greater Toronto new home prices are tumbling for all-time highs. The benchmark price of a new single-family home reached $1.7 million. So people watching in the States, we're not talking about mansions or luxury pads. Average detached home, guys. Average detached home you could buy in Alabama for 90 grand. In April, down 2.8%. 51,000 buys your home in Alabama. From the month before, it was the second consecutive month prices contracted from single-family homes. So there it is. Are the sales normalizing? Greater Toronto new home sales cooled from record highs, normalizing 2019 levels. There were 571 new single-family homes sold in April, down 47% from last year. Condos came in at 3,074 units, down 24 points over the same period. It's been an odd past few years. Again, we went through for 2 years, and we had the hottest market. I already discussed that through money laundering and money fleeing China through Hong Kong and other means, right? So you could catch that video here on the channel. Are now resembles pre-2020 years. It's also probably worth nothing, the volumes that are now below the 2015 to 2017 boom as well. So there it is right there. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll keep a finger on the pulse. And Canadian real estate to fall double digits, or I would be shocked, says BMO director. Again, why double digits? Where are they getting double digits from? Well, let's go here and look at a video I made 4 years ago on the channel Time Machine. Mike Martin's right there. Double-digit Toronto runaway housing prices. By 2021, average Canadian would be out of the market. My opinion, the problem with this situation is that wages are not keeping up with inflation. The average Canadian will struggle with payments and also create an issue if interest rates go up. So there it is right there. We actually covered it on the channel. We covered the massive flow of money that went into Toronto when foreign investors hit the scene from Vancouver, because Vancouver put the foreign buyers tax in, and a lot of people took off from Vancouver to Toronto in a frantic pace. Let's look up frantic pace again. So the video was taken down from Toronto, but we still have the one up from 4 years ago. Chinese to take over Seattle housing market and California is coming from 4 years ago. Foreign buyers overlooking Vancouver, heading to Seattle in a frantic pace. And basically that was a story that we covered because foreign investing was basically dominating our housing market and our landscape with a ton of money laundering. I'm going to leave you guys with a video from my backup channel because it'll probably get deleted on this channel of what's happened over the years, why we had the hottest housing markets during a pandemic, why we had all this happening. Again, it's Canada and the Commonwealth competing for money, foreign money. The blue states of America, Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, and Canada were all competing for money. We're open for business. Come in and buy us out. It doesn't matter about our middle class that actually built the infrastructure in the first place. And that's why cities are raising their taxes. And that's why, go back and watch the video we made the other day about that, how cities are going bankrupt because a lot of the empty homes, they just don't want to pay taxes on them. And they're finding loopholes to avoid paying taxes and property taxes that actually fund the infrastructure and employ these politicians that got selected in the first place. Let me know what you guys think. Hold on, I gotta find this video. It's really bothering me. Okay, guys, I found that it was actually from five years ago. Toronto housing takeover. Chinese housing wave tsunami has hit Toronto and Seattle. Okay, 5 years ago. Sorry. My opinion, yes, the wave has hit. Hope you bought in the last year. Chinese money is leaving Vancouver and heading for Seattle and Toronto. Everyone in the middle class or working poor will be bought out of their markets. So there it is right there. And look at this comes up. Toronto, the most unhappiest city in Canada. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We'll keep following this GTA crash because once the GTA starts to crater and cave, the rest of the city starts to fall price-wise. But remember, you have to keep in account how much money was poured in. So if a lot of it was poured in, a lot of those people don't care if their housing goes down a bit or 20, 30%. They're just glad to get it offshore. And we got other videos talking about that in depth for you guys. So GTA crashing. GTA on the verge of if we're going to continue watching it here. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.